Same thing with the reveal and the spotlight. The reveal and the spotlight will allow you to open and close stuff like this, and you can go vice versa. It doesn't really matter, but when you're done, you can always close it. And the spotlight is somewhat the exact same thing, just it would be a circle where you can uh, make it bigger and smaller or drag it around so that they can only see certain things. But as you can see, this one's transparent and the other one's not. The interactive part, we're not going to really get into involved with that because the Mimio actually has to be hooked up, and I'm not hooked up to it at the moment. I'm just working in Mimio Notebook. Um, if you're up on the board and you have the stylus, which is that little pen that interacts with the computer, I can right click anywhere I want if I'm on my computer, but you can't right click with the stylus, so you're going to want to be able to hit this button. And the last two buttons, this is just the mouse saying that I'm using the mouse, but the last button down here is screen annotation, which is like hitting print screen on your computer. It's going to take a picture of whatever is on the screen at the time, and you can add that picture to your slide, which is always nice. Um, I did want to go through a couple things that you can do with the pictures and such. For example, if I want to come down here and I want to right click, I can right click and I get this huge list of stuff that I can and can't do, like cut, copy, and paste. Same rules apply to anything you've done with Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. If I cut it, that means I can paste it whenever, but it's going to take it off the screen. If I copy it, it means it's going to leave there, but I can still paste it wherever I want. Um, but you have a couple other things like lock, where lock tells you that you can't move it and it's stuck there. So if you make a lesson and you don't want the kids to move that picture, then my recommendation would be to lock it. And you could see that it doesn't matter what I want to do, I can't grab that joker. Um, so lock is a really nice feature when it comes to that. I'm going to have to move this just so I can unlock it. So just because it's locked doesn't mean it's locked forever either. Um, you have a line, so if I'm clicking up here in a text box, you can do the align features where you can align left, right, if you're not happy with the way it was, or you can just click back on your text box and do it that way as well. Grouping, which is another interesting thing where I can highlight multiple things. I can right click and I can group them. And when it groups them, it kind of turns them into one picture. But just again, if it's something that you don't want grouped or you got too many things that you grouped, then I would ungroup. I would group things like if I was doing like the Gallon Man and I started drawing, shapes and stuff like that. I would group them when I'm done. This way you can see that it's one character. Um, but I wanted to come back to this because there's a really cool part where you have order. It's the same feature that they have on PowerPoint, and I can bring things to the front, bring it to the back, and I wanted to bring that highlighted green up to the front so that now you can see that the Joker's behind it. And I can always change the, percentage of how dark that or how transparent that green is. Just another couple ideas. So if I didn't want it up in the front, I could send it to the back. If I send it backwards, I have to send it to the back. Um, and then you have some things like clone. So say I wanted to clone this because I'm doing some type of lesson with cards. I just hit clone. And you can see how you get that blue box that goes around it. All clone does is tell me that I can keep pulling cards from it non-stop, and I'm going to keep getting the same card as many times as I pull from it. So the only way to stop it is hit clone again, and then that blue line's off. Once that blue line's off, that means that you could pull, but you're not going to get the same thing over and over again. Um, hyperlink, which is nice if you have a picture on your page and you want kids to be able to hit it with a stylus, or you upload it to the internet so that they can go to the websites. You can hyperlink, and you can link it to places like MSN.com, Google, Yahoo, NASA. Just a fun way to do it. So as soon as they click it, it'll actually take you there. But it works as soon as this lights up blue. Always test it before the kids get to test it. I only recommend that because um, if I didn't do www.msn.com, you don't want it to take them to another page other than msn.com. Sometimes links break as well, which is another reason why you want to check. The last thing I wanted to go over was if you come across the top here, you're going to see a lot of the same things, like the zoom ins, and you have the zoom in here. You have cut, copy, and paste, and delete. You have 4 things that are up here. If I right click down here, I get the same thing. You're going to find 3 or 4 different ways to do the exact same thing. And no one way is the right way. There are quicker ways, but not necessarily better ways. It's just what suits your needs, what you need. You can see that I can right click here and I can hit undo. Well, I can come up here and I can hit undo until I get rid of everything that has been mimicked. But say I went too far, I can start redoing it and put that clone feature back on it. You have new page. Well, I can do new page here, which pops up over here, or I can go up here and I can add a new page. Insert new page. So there's a lot of different ways to do the exact same thing. You can print here, you can save it here, you can open up a document from here. Well, you can do all that in File. It's all the same stuff. Your edit, all these things you can do with just the pictures that are down here. Again, the zoom in. There's 3 different ways now. One thing that's a little bit harder to do is grid. If I want to add a grid, I can click off of view and I hit grid. Or I can just right click here, hit grid, and I get the same thing. So just know that there's no one way, and all ways are correct. And it just takes time for anybody to learn all the things that you have to do. I'm going to leave you with one other thing, which is a lot of fun. One of the best features that you can take from this program, and it's called screen clipping. And what I do is you click on this, which we inserted that file, that Joker, and you can hit screen clipping, and the screen clipping will take any picture that you highlight and it'll bring it right into your lesson. So if you want to do screen clipping of, say, Google, you like that Google, then you pull up Google first, you click here, you click screen clipping, and then you just highlight it and it brings it right into the lesson. I know I didn't talk a whole lot about the different pages, but you have the arrows up here that will bring you from one page to another, or you can just click on the pages. Full screen, which simply gets rid of the file toolbar that's up here. It's a very fun way for kids to be able to interact with an interactive whiteboard, and to, instead of sitting there, become part of the lesson. And I hope you've learned what you've needed to learn, and I look forward to teaching you a couple more lessons. Take care.